Welcome to a special edition of the Weekly Bowl, a sit-down interview with Student Body President-elect Reese Evans. Thanks for joining us on the show, Reese.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
The 23 amendments passed in this last election, one of which created a new cabinet position.
Yes.
Now, what new actions will this Director of Spiritual Life bring to the cabinet?
So the Director of Spiritual Life, they're going to act as liaison in between the spiritual life movement at Kings this year, which has been awesome. It's been progressed a lot, and our council. And so what I'm looking forward to mostly is having that voice that's directly representing the spiritual life at Kings. On the council, presidents, and all the cabinet members, we're distracted with a lot of things that are going on, and it's great just to have that voice and that reminder of why we're here. We've been placed here for a reason, and to go back to our mission statement, trying to impact society through what God's given us. And so that's what I'm looking forward to having most on the cabinet with the new spiritual life member.
You promoted house retreats. Now, how are you going to incentivize houses to allocate funding for their specific retreats?
Great question. So after talking to Stephanie Garner, who is this year's Director of Student Events, we found a great way for houses to incentivize houses to go on retreats, because I've known this year and last year's and many recent years, some houses weren't able to go on retreats. And I just hate that, because coming from Reagan, that's what we look forward to so much every year, is just being able to get out of the city with your brothers and enjoy time together. That's just away from all the other distractions. And so what we're going to do is we're going to allocate a specific amount of money to every house, and just to incentivize them to be able to go on a retreat, to start that fundraising effort earlier, so that they will be able to spend that weekend outside of the city with their house.
Now, have any houses expressed that they don't want the cabinet getting involved in things such as house retreats, affairs, or events like that?
No houses have had any qualms with what I'm trying to do, because I'm not forcing a house to allocate the money that's going to be given to them for retreats just for retreats. Now, they're going to be able to spend that money in any way they want. But what I hope it's going to incentivize them to start fundraising early, to keep on adding on to that money, so eventually they will have a couple $1,000s to be able to spend on their retreat.
All right, and one final question. The current cabinet just approved the purchase of an app called Check I'm Here. Now, how do you see this being implemented in school-wide events, whether it's an Inviso or the Great Race, or even just school-wide events like Refuge? So
Check I'm Here is going to be a great system. All the council unanimously voted yes on it. And so all the House presidents think it's a great idea, as well as all the cabinet. And so what this is going to be, it's going to be a system that every student will have access to on their phone. And what they will do is just get on their app, Check I'm Here app, and put their interests. What if they're interested in events that have food, events that have their house, events that have a guest speaker? And so they're going to put all those things on their phone in their preference setting on that app, and they will get a notification every time one of those events happening. And this really just adds on to what my platform, what I really wanted. I wanted to build community, strong community both within the houses, with incentivizing houses to go on those retreats, but also incentivizing community as a whole within Kings. Wanting every house member, regardless of what house you're in, to really just integrate with the whole student body. And I see Check I'm Here as a great way to do that.
All right, thank you so much for your time today on the Weekly Bowl.
Hey, thanks, Michael.